All righty. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for your patience with us. We needed to make sure we had a quorum at the table. So I'm going to call this meeting to order. If I could have a roll call, please.
Member Pachowski. Vice Chair Chaplin.
Here.
Member Hart.
Here.
Member LaPlante.
Here.
Member Chavez. Chair Rutledge.
Here. Thank you. No remarks this morning. I'm working on too little sleep today. Do we have any public comment? Come on over, Kay.
Just real quick, the city of Addison is getting their Earth flag on September 19th. If anybody wants to join us for that ceremony, they've been doing a lot of really good work for their Earth flag. And then Antunes is a company in Carroll Stream. It's a little bit later, it's October 6th, but they have over 900 solar panels on their business rooftop. So those two flag ceremonies are coming up, and hope you guys can join us at some of those.
Thank you, Kay. Next, I'll ask for approval of our minutes from the Environmental Committee special call on Tuesday, August 16th.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is approved. Next, we need parent committee approval of ENP 0251-22, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Scarce
So moved.
for environmental education services for the Department of Building, Zoning and Planning for the period of December 1, 22 through November 30, 23 for a contract total not to exceed 136.5 per renewal of proposal 19-098-BZ, third and final option to renew.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That motion carries. Next, I'll ask for a motion on ENR 0346-22, a resolution, the First Amendment to the Intergovernmental Delegation Agreement between the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency and the County of DuPage, Illinois, a joint and cooperative inspection program from July 1st, 21 through June 30th, 26. The program cost the state of Illinois is $92,607.23. And for DuPage County, it'll be $39,688.83. Do we get okay. Any questions on this one? Sorry, I didn't ask about the previous item. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Next, we have a couple of discussions under communication. So the 2022 General Fund Special Appropriation Reallocation.
Yes, good morning. So I wanted to talk to the committee this morning. We had allocated in the 2022 budget $35,000 to complete the cafeteria study. We were able to secure a contract for $14,500 for that project. So we do have some remaining funds in that line item. So simultaneously, we do also have our waste hauling study that we have presented on the last few meetings. And as part of that, the committee had agreed that we could move forward with conducting a survey of residents. And we had talked about doing this via postcard. We do not have funding in the waste hauling contract with Aptum for the mailing and the printing of those postcards. So we were hoping to, if the committee was amenable, to go ahead and take the money that we had remaining from that cafeteria study line item and utilize that for the postcard and the mailing for the survey.
I'll add too that we've met with the supervisors of all of the townships about this, taking a look at. We had to have a little bit of a calming influence on a couple of them, but I think that the consensus is they want to see what's happening. They want this study to be able to influence where they are at and what their level of support for single hauler franchises will be. So I think that that's got to happen, in my opinion. So do we need a
We don't need a vote. We just need, I guess, consensus or any discussion or questions.
Is postcard the most effective way to conduct the study, or would there be a way to do it electronically that might generate more responses?
That's a very good question. And we had a very large discussion about that. Because we are targeting the unincorporated residents in the 6 townships that don't have the franchise hauling, we thought the best method to get a hold of those residents and get a response would be via postcard using a QR code where they could respond online. Because currently the county board's email distribution list is any and all residents or anyone who signs up for it. We don't have an email list for strictly just the unincorporated residents. We talked at length with GIS, and they actually have a survey software that they can target to the unincorporated residents. And we're actually able to, through the GIS tracking, figure out where and ensure that we are getting responses from the unincorporated areas. So the question, I know Chair Rutledge did not want it to be a postcard, but after multiple discussions about it, that's what we thought was the best. We can try a different approach. We were hoping to start with the postcard, and then if we don't get adequate responses, then maybe contemplate an email. We will have the link on our website for folks to go ahead and sign in, but there is that concern that we don't want the municipal residents to respond.
And did you say they are putting together that unincorporated mailing list now?
Yes, we have it. Yep.
Oh, we already have it.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
How many names on that list?
It's
And
a-
this is just the 6 townships without a single hauler.
Correct. It's a little less than 25,000.
is there a way to do a dual approach? Like, I mean, postcard and an email simultaneously, or is it either or?
We could probably do
Don't promise
both,
to
I
do
guess.
that.
I'm gonna look at Nick.
Okay.
I wish Joan or Evan,
No, I
might be
can
a
tell you
better
that
question, better for them.
We've been struggling with what's the best approach to reach it, and I think it might be a multi-pronged
Right.
approach. And so the thought process is, see what we capture for postcards,
Mhm.
and then our goal is to get as many voices as we can
Right.
to make the decision to bring it back to the committee so that everybody can see, and I think we see what we get for postcards, and then we ramp it up, possibly including telephone calls.
Okay.
And so I think there's a lot of different approaches, but I think it's one of those, step one, see
Got it.
where we're at, step two, step three, and we just kind of go until we get a good cross section of the residents.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then who's helping with the questions? Who's going to develop the questions or how?
Oh, sure. Aptum developed the
Okay,
questions
great.
and they did send them to us. We
Okay.
had some conversation with them. We've made some changes.
Okay.
We've used Joan and Evan
Okay,
to
great.
look at those as well.
Okay.
And just to remind everyone, this is a very, it's a fact-based survey. This is not an opinion-based survey. This is merely to gather data. You know, this is going to help us for the waste hauling study. It's also going to help us for our solid waste management plan update. So again, I want to, I'll probably tell you guys ad nauseum, fact-based. We're not looking for opinions at this
But we'll probably get those anyway.
time. We may.
Just, okay. Any other questions on that issue? Like I say, I think it's going well considering what we're trying to do here. So we're just gonna keep plugging at it. Next on the agenda is the revised 2023 environmental programs budget, which you kind of touched on already, but
Well, okay, so at the last meeting, successfully do this, member LaPlante recommended that we consider, let's see. Share my screen. Maybe not.
double-edged sword.
There we go. Okay. Okay. So at our last meeting, member LaPlante mentioned that our proposed 2023 budget did not adequately address businesses and commercial entities as far as our sustainability initiatives went. So we went back to the drawing board, had some conversations. I met with Lisa Maselli and DuPage, and we came up with a proposal with Macklin, their consulting firm, their marketing consulting firm, and I'm going to defer to Lisa here because we did have an event with them, and I just to kind of lead into where we are going with this is if for Earth Day this year, we did sustainable DuPage.
We did.
Come on over here, Lisa.
So back in, well, let me take this back to probably a year and a half ago. Choose DuPage had sent out an email to all of you, to businesses in DuPage County in preparation for a new strategic plan for economic development in DuPage County. And one of the things that came to the forefront of the questions and answers is that we need to promote sustainability within our business community in DuPage County. So as a result, I called Joy and got her expertise in kind of crafting a plan, a program for our businesses. And this program, which we called Sustainable DuPage, was launched back in, what was it, in April of last year. And basically it was to promote corporate sustainability here in the county. Really, the purpose was to connect the businesses to the resources that are available. And there are so many resources, not just incentive programs, but folks like Scarce and other groups who can help our businesses from an environmental standpoint. Sustainable DuPage was launched. We had a kickoff series. I know Member Rutledge was there, where we invited 100 or so businesses to learn about the resources that are available to them. We had great speakers for that event, Chris Burke, Molex, Ball Horticultural, to talk about their programs that they're offering or that they're implementing from an internal standpoint. And then that was also used as our platform to launch our toolkit, which Joy has developed the sustainable toolkit for our businesses. We've copied it or mirrored it onto our website and got the word out to our businesses on this program. So Sustainable DuPage has included this program series. We had the kickoff event, then we had 3 Zoom and Learns to talk about specific topics. We've developed the toolkit, and now we want to take it to the next level. We want to keep the conversation going, sharing resources. We think it was really beneficial, but we've only just begun this program. So I think we've developed a great partnership, Joy and her team. And so if there's a way we can help push out the messaging, we'd be happy to do that.
Thanks, Lisa. Questions, anybody?
So in your packet was the proposal that we received from Macklin and Choose DuPage. Just kind of again, just a draft proposal we thought we would just put before the committee to give you a sense of what we would do if you choose to allocate the $97,500 in 2023 budget.
Member LaPlante.
I would like to say thank you very much. Thank you for the work, for listening, for being so open and receptive.
Thank you as well for raising that issue, because I do think it's important.
Yes, and thank you, Chair Rutledge, for, I mean, I just love it. This is what
They
we're supposed
ran.
to do. I
Yeah.
know, but I love this. So thank you for all that hard work. Thank you, Lisa and Choose DuPage. I think this is a fantastic direction that we're going in. I couldn't be happier. So
Well, I know it pays Scarce. That's part of your contract with us as well as businesses. And I know they've done a good job, a really good job of reaching out to our businesses. So how do the two work together? Or how will we be taking some away from Scarce for the businesses, or how's that gonna?
No, the benefit of working with Choose DuPage is they have that list of businesses that we can approach. So the idea was to have Macklin do some messaging to the businesses, both from the standpoint of a lot of commercial entities are already doing, have already worked with Scarce, and they're doing sustainability projects, but get them the information about the incentives and what's out there, but also target those small businesses that don't have sustainability coordinators, haven't worked with Scarce, and offer them the resources and offer them Scarce and get that information out there. And ComEd and NICOR, Illinois Sustainable Technology Center, and the Smart Energy Design Assistance Program also have programs and incentives, and then our CPACE program.
I was just gonna ask about that. So how does that tie in with CPACE?
It's going to be messaging with CPACE and videos, and we haven't gotten into a lot.
yeah, I mean, I just in reading the proposal, it seems like a bulk of the dollar amount is geared towards creating that messaging, including what everybody is doing. So creating, we've used them to develop a platform already for our various economic development programs. So creating that messaging centered around sustainability and ad campaigns, video campaigns, all of that to get the word out on all of these programs.
Right, thank you.
Thanks, Member Chaplin. I had the same concern. I want to make sure that Scarce is still as even more valuable to our county than she already is. This is her last contract year. I will be advocating for a bump up for her contract next year. So I have the same concerns, and in my conversations, I feel that this is a step to increase everybody's share of the workload.
One other quick question. So on the messaging front, you mentioned digital advertisements. Is there any other way that that's going to be pushed out to the business community?
It's outlined, I believe it's in your packet, correct? There's a whole, I don't have it in front of me, but there's ad campaigns, social media campaigns. I think there's some print ads. I'm not really. Are you putting?
It's all,
that?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to pull it up.
Yeah, so there is a whole multimedia approach
Okay.
to this. That's what they've offered with this. And I do know it's detailed in your packet.
So this is an additive process. So I think that's important for people to
Yes.
understand.
Indeed,
This is, yes,
expanding
and
the scope.
exactly, we are expanding the scope, which is what we've talked about we really need to do. If we're gonna,
Absolutely.
if we're gonna really get behind environmentalism and sustainability in DuPage County, we have to build and we have to keep
We've got to
going.
be the leaders in that.
Right,
Agree.
and this is a great step forward in that direction, it sounds like.
So I did pull, so it's a creative campaign, promotional videos, targeted messaging, website landing page, which is the toolkit. It's would be enhancing that. Social media, email marketing, digital display ads, and such. They are going to, what I truly love about this is that they do have a method to measure their success. Number of clicks, the conversions to the website. So we're going to get that data to see how successful we are, which is very valuable for us to know if we're using the right method to reach them, if there's a different, better way to reach businesses. So
And the recycle message, I think, also needs to go to some of our municipalities too. Like, I live in West Chicago. They're not very good recyclers there, and I'd like to maybe see that be our next step in this process. Is yes, we're going to reach out to the businesses, but let's target, some of these areas that we know are not very good recyclers and see if we can't get them on board as well. Thank you, everyone. Do we have any old business? Seeing none, do we have any new business? Seeing none, without objection, we're adjourned.
Thank you.